Hey guys, Jobin here. So I got this a little while ago. It's a Ganzo 714. Apparently I kind of missed the fact that this knife even existed. I'm probably coming late to this party. But anyway, I got one to check out. It's a Tanto, which is kind of interesting because it's my impression at least that there aren't really all that many decent cheap Tantos, particularly not ones that are also tip-up carry. There's a pretty good one from B. The model number escapes me right now, but it's tip down, and a lot of people prefer the tip up. It's a pretty basic knife in many ways. I don't mean that necessarily as a bad thing, but it's kind of exactly what you'd expect from a standard modern folding knife. You got your G10 handles, stainless steel liners, liner lock, dual thumb studs, pocket clip, lanyard hole. It's not really big, it's not really small. It's pretty good though, because there's kind of a reason standard features become standard, because they're decent, right? There are a few little quirks I've noticed with this knife. If you take a look at the liner right there, see how it sticks out a little bit from the handle to give you easier access to release it, right? That's not really a problem. I've seen several designs that have it raised there, and the reason it's not a problem is because it's basically in the middle of the handle, and that's actually a low pressure area in most grips. There is a very slight change I wish they'd do though. That little nub, see if I can get close there and still keep the lighting and focus good. That little nub right there, I wish that wasn't there, because you do occasionally feel that. The other, actually probably the main oddity with this knife is, despite the fact that that's a Torx head there, it does not seem to be easily disassemblable or adjustable for tension. And by the way, it was a little stiff out of the box. It's gotten considerably better as I've played with it for a few days, and it opens pretty easily now. I was initially worried about that, but it seems to be kind of a non-issue once it breaks in. But anyway, back to what I was saying about the pivot. It appears to not be a shouldered pivot. What I mean by that is, like, here's a pivot from an Enlon knife, EL01 or something. I think this is from. Well, it's certainly the type used in that knife. See how there's that flat spot there? Well, here's a liner from one of the knives it goes to. And it locks in like that so the pivot can't spin. Well, on the 714, it's round, or at least I assume it to be, because I haven't managed to get it apart. If you put the screwdriver on this end and start turning it, the whole thing spins on this end, so you can't actually loosen the male screw from the pivot pin. So whatever tension the pivot comes with out of the box, you're kind of stuck with that. For a cheap knife, that isn't a huge hit, but it is something I kind of wish was different. I really like to be able to service and maintain and modify knives. I mean, you guys know me if you watch my channel. But overall, it's not really a bad deal. I kind of wanted to see what you guys thought of it. It's a pretty cool little knife, and it's a Ganzo, and on the cheaper side, even for them. So I'm wondering if you guys have one. Do you like it? Would you recommend it to other people? Based on what I've shown you today, would you buy one? I'm not entirely sure if I want to stock this in my store. So basically, I'm looking for feedback. From me, shipping from, in stock shipping from the U.S., it would probably be about 18 bucks. I'm not going to say exactly, but around there. So that's basically what you're looking at. I mean, it seems like in many ways a really decent knife, and if you want a Tanto, there aren't tons of other options. I mean, it's a lot easier to find budget category drop points, for example. Overall, I kind of like it, but I just wanted to see what you guys thought. So there's my impressions of it. Let me know. And remember where your knife is.